Good evening, guys. Welcome back to Real Reds Talk. This is your preview for the game against Everton away at Goodison Park tomorrow night. Joining us today, everyone's thinking, who's that in the corner there? We have a legit Everton fan, a Goodison Park pioneer, a beautiful mind and soul, Mr. Alex Entwistle. How are you, sir?
Lovely. What an intro, mate. Nice one. Yeah, I'm good, mate.
Stuff.
I'm good. I'm glad I'm here. Good to chat to you. Always good to chat to you, obviously, when it comes to football. So, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, can't wait. And we also have the charismatic Sam McCabe. How are you, sir?
I thought you were going to go full fog.
I was going to, but we did that many shows together.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, all good, mate. It's been a good day. So yeah, let's get on with this.
Yeah, happy it's weekend. A lot of football, a lot of beer, being drunk. So, yeah, I'm in my element.
I'm on the Iron Brew. So.
Iron Brew.
Nice. Classic.
That's a hangover drink, actually. It's really good.
I'm not hungover, to be fair. So.
Yeah. Well, I might need some Iron Brew tomorrow. Just putting out there. Yeah, before we dive into the preview, guys, please subscribe to the channel. We want to hit 1,000 subs before the end of the year, and we can only do that with your help. So thank you for support so far. And yeah, continue supporting and growing the channel. We really appreciate it. We always start the preview off, Alex, with a bit of a brain teaser, and obviously Sam get involved as well. I'm going to test your memories. So because United are currently 7th in the table, can you name 7 players that have played for both Manchester United and Everton?
Yeah, I reckon so, because there's been a fair few, haven't there?
I think you'd be good at this. Yeah.
I'll go for the big man, Tim Howard.
Yep.
For one. Louis Saha, King Louis, loved him.
Love Louis Saha.
Darren Gibson was a little shady one, to be fair.
Darren Gibson.
Yeah.
Darren Gibson, mate. He scored that goal against City, the winner. Fucking hell. He was all right.
He was a shite player.
He then went shit, but yeah, whatever. Who else? Phil Neville, obviously. Fucking hell, he was captain.
Is that 4? 4 you named so far?
That's 4.
There's one I've got in my head right now that I know. So.
Which one?
Schneiderlin.
Schneiderlin.
Yeah.
I actually didn't have him on the list there. That I've got in front.
I forgot about him. That's how fucking insignificant he was when he was at Everton. Like, what a shit player.
I think he was even worse for us, mate, to be honest.
He actually started really well for us. He was mad for like the first 6 months. It was like, shit, we've got to play
I got one more as well, Fellaini.
Fellaini, of course,
Big fella who we got instead of Thiago.
We could have paid 27 million for him, but now we waited to the end of the window and ended up paying 35.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah. Well, you put in a fucking joint bid as well for Leighton Baines, which was a disgrace. I remember. But yeah.
Any others?
How many have we got?
You're missing out a massive one.
Are we?
A massive one. I can't believe, honestly,
Rooney.
Wayne Rooney.
God. Oh, God.
Come on, what's going on?
What the fuck?
You named Tim Howard, Saha. You named Gibson before Wayne Rooney.
Gibson.
I thought he would have said Rooney in like the beginning, so I was like, I didn't even think Rooney because I thought he would have said it. So
I don't know. I glossed him over.
One of the greatest players ever to grace the Premier League, Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, he was all right. He was pretty good.
He was all right.
Not bad. Not a bad player. Now the next kind of brain teaser I've got for you is testing me a little bit more. The 2 games we played last season, home and away. Who were the goal scorers and what were the score lines?
Cavani's is it 3-2?
There's the 1-1 there, Old Trafford, where
1-1. Yep.
And Josh Townsend scored.
I did the Sue celebration.
I did the Sue.
Yeah.
That's good.
Do you remember who scored for us in that game?
Is it Bruno?
No, an unlikely goal scorer.
I wrote off last season. I don't remember it anymore.
Well, this will remind you, Sam. An unlikely goal scorer, and he went on loan last season for us.
Donny.
No.
There's another one for your Everton, Manchester United. Donny van de Beek.
Donny van de Beek.
Another one who's just, again, you just forget about him.
Yeah. Michael Keane as well was in there. Throw that out there. Yeah. So Anthony Martial scored in that 1-1. It was one of the only goals he scored last season, and then he went on loan to Sevilla and basically did nothing. And then there was the game at Goodison Park towards the end of the season. I think I was in Ireland for it actually, because I was messaging you, Alex, about it, and I was like, I can't believe it.
Well, no. We've had a shit history with Everton, by the way.
It was a good result though, wasn't it?
That's what
I mean. Yeah. It was in the running, wasn't it? It was in the relegation.
I had Everton fans in the Irish bar that was in at the time, and it was not good because I was on my own. But yeah, we lost that game 1-0, and Anthony Gordon scored.
Gordon.
Anthony Gordon, yeah, when he was
deflected, wasn't it, I think.
Didn't we?
Yeah,
we lost to them under Ollie, didn't we? That really drab 4-0 when he just absolutely tanned us.
Yeah, in the pink kit.
Yeah,
in the pink kit was just absolutely shocking. We've had, you know what, against Everton, there's been some mixed results. We're going to touch on that in a second, but just talk to me about Everton, Alex. How you set up, your style of play, your in-form players currently, just whatever you want. Just give me kind of an insight to Everton's season so far, because obviously last season it was fucking close, wasn't it? Like in terms of relegation, it could have been the Championship very easily.
No, it could have been. It could have been. I think ultimately, what was good about last season was Lampard. He come in, and he sort of, at first, in the first few games, he's tried to sort of play, sort of his way, sort of thing, like his philosophy or whatever, and it wasn't fully working. We were we were deep in trouble with what was it, 5 games to go. We're like, oh my god, we are going down. And then suddenly, like, he changed sort of how we played, just in the sense of playing like it. So the Everton, the crowd, mate, at Goodison, like,
unreal.
Like it was mental. Like, obviously it's gonna sound biased because I'm talking about like my club. like that's any fan. He's got to sound that way. But genuinely, like, the difference that it makes at Goodison. I mean, you can hear any player any Premier League player over the past like 20 odd years. If you ask them about like the atmospheres and stuff like that, and hostile.
Very close to the ground, isn't it, Goodison? They have like the way the stands are at the wrong side.
Right, you're right on.
Very close to the pitch.
You're right on top of them, and then when everyone's giving it everything and just fucking creating that atmosphere and making life for the opposition horrible. Like that's when we came to life, and I think ultimately that's what kept us up in the end. And now it's like going into this season, he's like finding the mixture between sort of his style of play and like the Everton way, or whatever you'd want to put it. And I think it's coming together well. Like, obviously we started with 2 defeats, but we lost 1-0 to Chelsea, which were to a penalty.
Yeah.
And then we've, it's one of them. And we played well. But what I'm saying is that we've had, up until the transfer window closed, like before then, we had such a disjointed team in terms of the players we were playing. Like, we had no striker. Like, so we were playing Antony Gordon like on his own up top, with like Tamari Gray and
Richarlison was a big loss for you, wasn't it?
Richarlison's been a massive loss because obviously he could play either in that front three, but then like as the main man up top as well. So yeah, it's just I don't know.
Would it be fair to say you've got a bit of a like a hybrid style at the minute? So Everton, I've always associated Everton with, you might tell me I'm wrong here, but like the kind of long ball, stay compact, first thought's kind of defensive, and then win your second balls, be on the front foot when you get the ball. Is that how it's changed under Lampard now? Like, it's more possession-based, play when you can play?
Well, yeah, that's what I meant, like bringing them together. So I mean, I wouldn't necessarily like long ball. I mean,
I know it's got
that like negative connotation.
Yeah, I'm not saying like Burnley kind of style.
Yeah,
but
you
do play long. I have seen it with Calvert-Lewin, for example.
Like direct.
Direct. That's the better word. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing anything to make it sound better, obviously. But, like that's what it's all been about at Everton. Yeah, making it just as horrible as you can for the opposition. At Goodison Park especially, like, that is how an Everton team plays. So now I think he's mixing them in together, and it's showing now. Like, we're in. I mean, obviously it was 4 draws, but like I said, we had such a disjointed team. We had no striker. Like I say, I mean, what can you do? And then you're bringing on Rondon in the last 10 minutes. Like,
quality, pure quality,
pure quality in it. Do you know what I mean? So like, but now since the transfer window's closed, we've got such like a cohesive team there now, and then you also think that we've still got Calvert-Lewin to come back. Like apparently he's going to be in the squad for the United. He's obviously not going to start, but apparently there's a chance that he's going to at least make the bench for the United game. So this is what I mean. We're coming together so nicely now. Like everything's
it's getting there slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, yeah. And we like. I'm a bit of a Lampard fan now. Like
optimistic? You feeling a bit optimistic?
Definitely optimistic. Like obviously the next 2 games we play you and we play Tottenham. And then we play Newcastle away. So the next 3 games are tricky games.
Tough. Yeah.
And if we don't get if we get say 1 point, it's not a disgrace, I think. And especially when you then look at the next fixtures we've got. So I think. Yeah, and I think we're doing all right. I mean, if we lose to United, it's not the end of the world, but I think we've definitely got a fucking good chance.
Yeah. I feel like you lot have got more draws than IKEA. When I was looking at your fixtures before, honestly, so many draws. But there's sorry, I was going to say there's an interesting fact here. So in our last 5 fixtures, our head-to-head record, United have won 2, Everton have won 1, and we've drew 2 as well. So it's a lot more even than people might have you think. Both teams making considerable changes over the years as well. Is any aspects of this game that worry you at all, Sam, going into this tomorrow?
I think Alex touched on it. Obviously, the crowd at Goodison Park, they're on you because I don't know. You've not been to Goodison Park, have you, Nick?
No, never been.
So it's a good ground. It's a good ground to go. Before they knock it down, you need to go. It's fucking intense.
Definitely.
And it's right next to the pitch, so they're just fucking on you, really loud. It bounces around the sort of stuff. So, I think, the crowd worries me. And then, if Everton get up for it, we could have a problem because we've seen when United go down early, we're not very good at coming back. I thought that was going to happen against Ammonia on Thursday when we went down. I thought, oh, here we go. We're just going to have our confidence shattered here, but managed to bring it back. So if Everton can score, I can see Calvert-Lewin coming off the bench and a corner coming in and getting his head on it. I can see that happening because we're shocking at defending corners. So that could happen. So it's not an easy rollout as with everybody would expect it to be on paper. And obviously we've had some bad results against Everton as well in the past, so that could trip us up.
I feel like physicality and second balls are going to be a massive factor in this game tomorrow. I just feel like it's going to be one of them. If United are up for it, they're physical enough, they're switched on and concentrated, I believe we can get a result there. I believe the quality can outshine. Obviously, Alex is going to disagree with that because he's an Everton fan. But
what you're saying is right. It is fair, but I've never felt as confident, to be honest, going into, especially into a home game against United. I haven't and that's a bad thing for me and for an Everton fan to do, is to be confident. So
you're cautiously optimistic.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
I watched this against Chelsea. Chelsea, a very good team, obviously European champions, etc. a couple of years ago, and you've still got very good players in the squad, and you've played well. I thought you've played all right against them. You've played all right. Your performances. Everyone looks at results, and I always say football has become a very stat-based game now. People just look at the results and the stats, but if you actually watch Everton perform, there are good glimpses. There, in terms of ourselves, as I mentioned, we're in mixed form. We lost the derby 6-3, unfortunately. But we beat Arsenal, Leicester, Southampton, Liverpool. But then at the start of the season, we lost to Brighton and Brentford. So we still have inconsistencies ourselves that we need to iron out. Which I suppose we do have a lot in common with Everton as well. So just talk to me about Frank Lampard, Alex. I remember you speaking to me last year. I know we touched on him at the start as well, but just what is it that he's doing? Put out a key point to me that he's doing, because it's easy to say when a manager comes in, and he just changes a couple of players and brings in recruitment. What is the main thing he's doing right now that is impressing you?
Well, I mean, it's like I said, to be honest, the way that he's buying into what it means to sort of be manager of Everton. If you get me, I think he since coming in, obviously he's managed Chelsea or whatever, but it was a year. He's still a very inexperienced young English manager. So he's done well. He knows that he's done well to get a job like Everton, considering where. But I know obviously he'd been at Chelsea, which is a massive club, but it's not the same, is it? It's not like with Graham Potter being there now. Like he's earned that job, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like Lampard he's missed the Chelsea in it, so obviously he's got that job. But it's like he's just fully bought in to being at Everton, like I say, and he's a southerner and whatever, and he's Chelsea and all that kind of thing. But he's another one who, as his time as a player, had always said like what atmosphere, what a place Goodison is when it's rocking, and now he's like a part of that, and he's causing, like he's making these scenes, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, fucking hell, when we stayed up last season, and then you see, and he was there, like dancing and all that kind of, and he's there in the stands, and it's one of them where it's like he's like one of us, sort of thing. That's how it feels.
As you're talking there.
Rafa Benitez won't be doing that, would he? If he was
no, well, he was the complete polar opposite, wasn't he? Like the absolute complete opposite. Like he's just fucking has got no emotional.
Well, even players said that though. Players at Liverpool would say his management style with Rafa Benitez, he just would like cold shoulder consistently.
He's just ice. He's just horrible. That's what it was.
Unacceptable for a Liverpool manager to go manage Everton. Like unacceptable.
I know.
Well, we was discussing it at the time, weren't we, Alex?
Didn't we?
Yeah, we was discussing it. Like it's.
If you, I think Jurgen Klopp is a fantastic manager, but I could never accept him coming to United now. Can't do it.
No, exactly.
No. Not after like last season when we got dicked by him 5-0, 4-0, and he's in the end and he's giving it all that.
Yeah.
What? And then you want to come manage United? It's bullshit. We've always had that thing.
Rafa had called us a small club.
Wow.
Like a few years like, when he was Liverpool manager, he called us a small club. So it's like, what the fuck was going through Mashiri's head to even? But I mean, at the time, to be honest with you, there was like no one else. To be fair, like, but I don't know. Anyway,
it's like
it's over. Let's fucking forget about it.
I was gonna say it's like when it's 3 in the morning in a club in town. There's no one else. It's just
literally.
That is it.
I heard you come. Yeah.
In fairness,
yeah. It's this season. You've beat Southampton. You've beat West Ham. You drew with Liverpool. So it won't be an easy game. Honestly, I think it's going to be a really tough game. How do you think we can hurt Everton tomorrow, Sam? When you look at him, what without going into your predicted lineup too much?
There's just a question for Severe. Have you got a YouTube channel, Alex?
A YouTube channel? Yeah.
Do you want to push it?
Oh, ATM Whistle, I think it is.
ATM Whistle.
Everybody. And I just put out there. I had no idea you had a YouTube channel.
No, it's not a chat. No, I just meant it's an account.
Oh, you don't have
I was like, oh no.
Yeah, just follow him on socials. ATM Whistle. Follow him.
Yeah.
People asking.
I was thinking, no, have you?
I'm not
been on your channel.
Definitely not.
There's people asking in the chat.
Leave that to use.
No,
man.
Yeah, I think Tarkowski. I think target him. He's not the quickest and he's not the most mobile. He's a lot like Harry Maguire, but not as shit. I think
he's class, by the way.
He's great, yeah. I think he did really well picking him up. I think he was
not the most mobile though, is
yeah,
that's
exactly.
the thing
so
you
he's not
kind of touch on there.
He's not quick. So I think Martial, Rashford, Antony, I think they could definitely do him in and sort of make his day hard.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Obviously, Pickford, I would normally target him, but he seems to be in scintillating form right now. So it's going to be hard getting a goal past him, which is really irritating because last season he had goalkeeper gloves made out of shreddies. It was just shit was just going through his fucking hands. It was horrible. And I was hoping to face him this season, but we're not getting him.
I don't know if I can let you off with that. He's been honestly, because it's fucked. Like, and I'm not having a go at you. I'm not blaming you because it is the narrative that has been created pretty much. So like everyone thinks that sort of thing, and it's like this whole thing about he only does it for England and shit for club and all that. Like that, it's just for the past 2 years, he's been one of the most consistent keepers. Obviously in the Premier League, but then you've got to look like, on a European level or whatever.
He has had some mistakes in him last season, though. He did have a few lines that he fluffed.
Would that be fair to say, Alex? Last season, because even I saw him myself. There was a few howlers that he made.
Was it at the beginning of the season? I can't remember. Obviously my brains.
Can you not remember, or have you pushed that?
Maybe I have. I don't know.
Yeah.
My brain's like a bit fuzzy or whatever. yeah. Maybe it is, but I don't know. I feel like he's been consistent for.
You know what? I think
a long time now.
I think he's a quality keeper. Like every time I see him for England, I'm like, this guy's
ridiculous. He's England's number one, isn't he? Like, he's undisputed. At the minute, there's no one close to him other than Ramsdale.
Yeah.
But
he commands his box. He's got the right attitude. He's got
great distribution.
Good distribution.
Yeah.
He's a good shot stopper as well. So he's got all the attributes, and he's not
and this season, he's because Coleman's obviously not in the first 11 anymore. Pickford's now captain pretty much this season, and I think it is. Well.
There's a lad on our channel who's from Sligo. He's a lad on our channel who's from Sligo, where Seamus Coleman was from.
Oh yeah, of course.
So yeah, he's a massive fan of Seamus Coleman.
Oh
yeah, I remember we was doing
he's a hero. I love him, mate. He's still the captain when he plays, and he's gonna play this week, to be honest, because Patterson's injured, so he will play, and I still love him, me. But obviously he's
35 though, in here something.
He's old, man. Yeah, he's 34,
knocking on. Watch Rashford against Patterson. Coleman.
Yeah, I know, but
that's my target.
Yeah, the thing is, that is a worry. And to be honest with you, were saying it before, Sam, about your front three. Like, that is the only sort of thing that I am potentially a little bit worried about. That's pretty much it, to be honest. And obviously, coupled with the fact that we're having to play Coleman, who is second choice now. He's old, and he's played to be fair to him, he played all right last week when he came in. He had to play, obviously.
35's 35 though, isn't it? It's one of them when they get to a certain age in the Premier League, especially.
I mean,
look at Cristiano.
Cristiano
is one of the best players on the planet ever to grace his pitch, and he's 37, 38 now, and he is on the decline. He's not the same. He's looking it. I want to ask you. Go on.
There's a guy in the chat and he's trying to talk about City and Pep. It's like, mate, this is the United channel. This is not the fucking place to talk about Pep. Like.
Yeah, but you know what? City haven't got a channel, so I feel sorry for them at times. If they want to tune into United channel, you're more than welcome to and talk your shit about Pep.
Mate, we'll go fill your stadium and then come back talk to us.
We'll have a chat. Equally, if you're the manager of Everton tomorrow, let's say you've got your three-piece on, Alex, you've got your nice shiny shoes, and you're in Lampard.
Is he not a tracksuit manager, Lampard?
Whatever.
He is a bit. He's mixed and matched, but
let's say the Liverpool games, he brings out the three-piece, the iron shirt, all that kind of stuff. So take your pick, whether you're a tracksuit or three-piece. But what are you identifying as our weaknesses, and what would you look to exploit? I don't know if you've watched much of Manchester United, if you've seen them, but what would you target in tomorrow's game?
I mean, your defence. I mean, fair enough, yeah. Martinez, I think he's all right. I do think he's good.
Quality, mate.
He's good. Right, he is. He's all right.
He's gonna say.
Varane,
he's gonna say Lindelof.
All right.
He's gonna say.
He's good. He's good.
If you say target Lindelof, I agree with you. I agree with that, but you not say target for Varane and Martinez. I'm not having that.
No. So what I'm saying is, obviously, right. So fair enough. Calvert-Lewin probably. I mean, it would surprise me if he came on. It would be great if he did, but Calvert-Lewin, I'm not saying like fucking hell like Martinez. There's a reason why he plays for United and he's gone for big money and he's a very good player, but. It is a fact about his physical attributes.
I'm glad you said that.
Why?
Because so when he was in the Eredivisie, there's this narrative. Like you said with Pickford as well, there's a narrative about Jordan Pickford. Okay, Jamie Carragher brought this narrative over when we signed Lisandro Martinez. It's not going to work out. He's not big enough. He's not blah blah blah. In the Eredivisie, which overall in terms of average height, it's like 6'1", 6 foot, so it's a big league. Yeah, he had 70% of aerial duels won before he came over, so he had a good pedigree in the air. When he's come to United, he won more aerial duels in the first 5 games than any other Premier League defender, like as a centre back. So
No.
aerially, it's about timing, jumping, movement, reading the game. He's been really good. He's one time against Brentford when I think it was Ivan Toney, or it might have been another player who had his number a little bit and he scored at the back post. But apart from that,
it was only his second game or whatever. No, I know, and I wasn't going in on him, like, and I do agree with that. I'm just saying that Calvert-Lewin is a bit of a specimen to go up against, and like I've said, when you add in the Everton Goodison atmosphere, everything like that, I just think that it's a potential thing to bring on Calvert-Lewin for the last 20 minutes or whatever, and then put him on Martinez. Like, I'm not claiming to be a tactical genius. Like, I'm just a guy. Otherwise, I would be in like my 3-piece and I'd be on the touchline, wouldn't I? But yeah, like, obviously, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But
this is what you would do. This is what you would look at.
You think that surely, logically, that makes sense, doesn't it? I'm not then saying that Calvert-Lewin's going to come on and just absolutely bully him and destroy him. Make a fool out of it, like, because
otherwise it's going to get clipped.
exactly. And he'll come back, and I'm going to look swap. But yeah, I do that enough. I've got a lot of hot takes, as you know, Nick.
I love hot takes. I don't mind it at all. Just the last kind of thing on Everton as well. Who's a go-to player for you at the minute, like your talisman? Because I have had Anthony Gordon in my fantasy team for a good few weeks now, and he's done fuck all. He's literally done nothing. And I thought at the start of the season, he's not done nothing. That's just a bit unharsh. He's been good in games. He's been good in games, but
he's not getting your points.
He's not getting me points, man.
Well,
he's not getting me points.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, have you only had him in for the past 3 games?
Well, he's 5.6 million on the FPL app. So I had him. I thought decent buy. He's a really good young talented player. And you were singing his praises last year. Obviously got linked with a move to Tottenham, was it, for 60 million or something? Oh, Chelsea, sorry, for 60 million. So yeah, just talk to me. Who's your current talisman at the minute? Who's the one to look for? The danger man.
Mate, on it, right? It's so, I mean, straight away, and it's probably gonna sound pretty funny, but it's Alex Iwobi, right? It's Alex Iwobi.
Look at Nick's face. Look at his face.
Really?
It's Alex Iwobi. It's Alex Iwobi, straight face. Alex Iwobi.
He's starting the midfielders at the minute, don't he? Alex Iwobi.
He's the fucking greatest centre midfielder.
Careful. Be careful. No, you said you had hot takes. You didn't say you had stupid takes.
I'm joking. Honestly, mate.
You got nominated for Player of the Year, though. Player of the Month.
Player of the Month. Yeah. Mate, it's mad. Well, I'm talking about Everton, the way we play and all that, and making it hard for the opposition, right? Our midfield 3 now is... honestly, I can't, say enough about him. Right now, you laughed at me when I said Iwobi, right? Come the end of the season, I'm not saying anything ridiculous, right? I'm not.
Here we go.
No, but our midfield 3, we've got Idrissa Gana Gueye, who is one of the best.
He's good. He's got good pedigree.
He's one of the best, mate. For what he does, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's good.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah,
he's amazing, and if anything,
he's got PSG better. Signed him.
He's got better since he's gone to PSG and he's come back to us, and he's now better because he's played with these great players, I think. And he's got better. He's amazing, one of the best in the world at what he does. That I don't think that's controversial to say. And then you've got Alex Iwobi, right? All he does all game is run. He's just run. He never gives anyone a minute's peace. He's on him, just constantly, and he gets the ball. I mean, he's got good feet. That's what he was known for, really, before he's become this. I mean, he's JJ Koch's fucking nephew, innit?
Is he really?
A little bit. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's sick.
I didn't know that either.
Did you not know that, mate? Yeah.
No.
So that's what he's about. I
love JJ Koch, man. I love that.
Yeah, what a player. Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, but Iwobi was sort of like a B-Tech version of him in a way. Yeah, he was shit.
And he stage 3 of Kocher.
Yeah, not even as good as that, to be fair. But yeah, but now he's just, I don't know, since Lampard came in, and this goes back to about about Lampard before as well. He's brought that out of Iwobi. Like every week, yeah, he's dropping an 8 out of 10 every single week, right? And he's now like loved by the fan base, and it's mental because like this time last year probably he was probably the most hated. Like,
was he playing wing back for you last year?
Mate, he's played a few games there, yeah.
He's played a few like different positions, hasn't he?
He's done all right, and I mean, who knows if he does? No, he won't actually, because we'll play 4 at the back. But he's got it in him to play there. That's what I like about him. He is versatile. But now it's like he's found his position. He's like it's took him till like he's 26 or something. Like he's never had his position, and now Lampard, obviously, like being one of the fucking best midfielders ever. You know, that's not a mad thing to say, is it?
No.
It's like he's seen that in Iwobi and like unlocked this potential in him. And honestly, like, come the end of the season, like I don't know. I'm obviously not going to say that he's going to fucking win any kind of award or anything like that. But I'm saying, if you watch enough of us. And especially after this game on Sunday, and he plays like how he's played for the past year, then you'll fully understand what I mean. And then you add that in with Adrissa Gay, and then Amadou Onana, mate, like
very good player.
Look out for him, man. He's like
I've watched him.
Just turned 21. Sorry,
yeah,
mate. He's
physical specimen.
He looks like the fucking like the next Yaya. Like,
yeah, he is good. He is very good.
Seems.
Yeah, I want to bring Sam in on this as well, Alex, just to like counterpart with Manchester United. Sam, who would you identify as our threat, our one to watch tomorrow going into the game?
Let me just. The chat is popping off, so I'm just gonna run through a couple of comments and then I'll get.
Fuck Everton. I hate Everton. All them.
No, so there's an argument about City, so I'll ignore that bit. So. Jordan's asking Alex, why do you support Everton and you're not a scouser?
My dad's not a scouser either, to be fair, but my dad's from Bury. So, growing up, everyone, you supported Bury, who were like League 2, like 4th division. So you went to the Bury games, but then you had like a top division club. So, I've always took the piss out of my dad saying that he was like a glory hunter, which sounds fucking funny now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds funny. But like he says, no, honestly, it was the 70s when I started supporting him, and we were shit then and all that. Like late 70s when we were shit. And early to mid to, well, during the 80s pretty much was obviously our heyday. Yeah. Was when we were one of the top. So yeah. So it's one of them.
So you brought it. Your dad supported him, so you supported him.
It's one of them. Yeah, you just. Yeah. I just asked him one day. I actually assumed he was a United fan. Everyone around me, Nick, obviously, all my mates growing up, you all had your United kits. I mean,
I think he slightly regrets it now.
I had a shirt at like 5 years old or something.
What was that shirt, Alex?
It was the Vodafone Umbro.
Oh, yeah.
It was a nice shirt, to be fair. It was nice.
All right, let's get through these comments, because otherwise we might be here all day. Adam said, come the end of the season, Iwobi will have 2 assists. Harsh.
Right, yeah, okay, well, fair enough. But this is what I'm saying. He's not going to win awards. He's not going to get the stats, but just watch him. Yeah. Just watch him.
Let's get through the comments.
Up there with George Weah's cousin. People are not a fan.
No.
Jimmy Garner's thinking, I wish I had a side for Everton. I'm going to go down with Big Fat Frank. Poor Jimmy Gardner. I hope you don't play tomorrow. So
we'll let you, Alex. We'll let you come back.
One more comment. This is very harsh. I did not say this, by the way. Somebody's.
This is fucked, by the way. Go on.
Probably supports Everton to stop his house from being robbed.
That's just ridiculous. Extremely offensive as well. But...
Funny.
Right, now you can have a chance to throw back, and then I'm going to get into the quick fire questions after that.
Well, I mean, what? So all it says to me is that people haven't watched us and haven't seen the fucking Alexander Chuka Iwobi fucking resurgence.
Full name. It's going
Full name.
name.
Full name.
Wow.
What a player. What a player.
Yeah.
Wait,
What about,
honestly.
Can I ask you about James Garner, please, Alex? Because we was massively gutted to lose him. We spoke about it numerous times on the channel. We thought it was a young prospect who could develop into the team. He had a great season at Nottingham Forest. What were your thoughts when you signed James Garner? And then we'll do some quick fire questions.
It's good signing, isn't it? Like like you said, he's done well at Forest. He's a big reason as to why they went up.
Yeah,
he's done really well. I think a lot of people have sort of, without probably knowing the full details, they've gone, if he was so good, why didn't Forest sign him? But I think it was more Forest wanted to sign him, and United had said, actually, no, we want to take a look at him. And he played quite a bit over pre-season, didn't they? So he's like, we're going to have a look at him. So then Forest, in the meantime, went and signed fucking 300 players. So then
I don't get why they didn't keep him though. It didn't make sense to me that why Forest didn't go back in for him. When he got promoted.
Well, no, apparently they did. This is what I'm saying. Apparently they wanted to then turn it permanent, or at least have him for another year on loan or something. And then apparently United have said, we want to take a look at him over pre-season. So he's played a few over pre-season, and then Forest have then gone ahead with their business. So in the end, like, they didn't need him. So, like, yeah, I mean, it seems like it could be a good sign. We've not seen him yet. He's only.
Has he played any minutes at all?
He's only been in 2 squads. Like I said, he was signed. Like, was it deadline day? Or it was close to it anyway.
Towards the end, yeah.
Towards the end, wasn't it? So he's been in 2 match day squads. He's not come on yet because we've got, like I said, we've got that midfield 3 that is just at the minute, like, they're the 3, like, and they are class. But then you've got Decore, who's just come back from injury. He's around. Tom Davis, like, whatever, like, people laughing at me or whatever. People, yeah, he's fine, but to me, he's a average Premier League player to me.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
He's fine to be in your squad. You know, like your John O'Shea's, and your Wes Browns, and all these players who were great squad
players,
and they'd come in and play well, and then they'd miss the next hour. If he's fine with doing that, being the Evertonian that he is, if he's fine with doing that, then fair play to him.
You're happy with that,
and he's done all right. Like, since this season, he's played this season, and people might have thought, all right, you wouldn't have thought that he was ahead of certain players in, like, the pecking order. You would have thought this was it now for him. But it seems that Lampard likes him, and he's played pretty well. So it's all right. So we've just sold Alan, like, last week.
Oh, we sold him?
Yeah, he's gone now.
Oh shit! No way! I didn't even know that.
I mean, we didn't need him, did we? Like I say, there's 6 midfielders there, including Garner. That's a good midfield 6 for a 3-man midfield. Yeah. So Alan wasn't really needed. It's a shame, really, in a way, but it's one of them. Like,
the comments Sam, are not happy about it.
We'll get into the no.
It's gonna derail. So.
Yeah, it's probably good. It's probably good. We're not gonna dive into the comments. It's obviously a United channel. If I went onto an Everton channel, I'd probably receive similar shit. Sam, did you touch on our threat? I don't know if you got all the way through it or.
Yeah, I think I touched on it earlier because I said targeted weaknesses. I think our threat is in the front 3, like Alex mentioned. We've got pace, we've got skill and trickery against obviously not very mobile defenders, especially Tarkowski and Seamus Coleman if he plays. So I think that could definitely give him some trouble. Obviously Pickford's in really good form, so scoring might be an issue if he's in that mood. I think if Eriksen decides, I think Eriksen's been really not poor, but he's been less.
Last couple of games, he's dropped off.
He's not been great. So if he could step up again and start dictating play and start getting those passes going, again, that could be another threat. And maybe if we get a free kick or something like that outside, get one of those in, because I think that's what it's going to take to beat Pickford. I think that's what it's going to sort of take. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, the front 3 and Eriksen, they'd be the ones I'd be like, right, they need to show up and get us going.
Absolutely. Right, let's do a quick fire round. So just a simple yes or no, or one word answer to whatever the question is. Will both teams score tomorrow?
No.
Why no? Why no, Sam?
Why
no? He's not scoring. Are we not scoring?
You're not scoring.
Shit. Okay. I mean, honestly, I'm picturing us squeezing a win out, possibly even a 2-0.
Okay. 2-0. So you don't think we'll score?
Maybe you score. Because at the end of the day, you have got that talent in the forward.
Hold your score predictions. I'm just going to throw it out there because we do score predictions towards the end. But yeah, so will both teams score tomorrow? Yes or no? Do you think, Alex? Is the question.
Go on then. Yeah. I'll say yeah.
Okay. Will Martial or Neil Maupay score, providing both of them play?
Martial, yeah, definitely.
Is it just yes or no? Can I give a possible?
Martial or Maupay?
Martial or Maupay? I mean, I like Maupay, man. I like him. I think.
Do you think he'll score tomorrow?
Right. Do you know what? I think Martial is your score. It's Martial or Rashford. I think personally.
Okay. So. Who will have more bookings, Everton or United?
That's tough. That one. That's really tough.
That's what I'm here for. I asked the tough questions.
If Scott McTominay plays, I can see him getting booked.
Yeah.
Dallo and Malacia got booked, didn't they, in the last game against City?
In the first minute, Dallo.
Yeah.
Ridiculous that booking.
Antony's had more red cards than anybody, hasn't he, as well, in his career?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit fiery tomorrow. Yeah. Genuinely, I think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be a physical game. I think it's going to be fiery.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, and it generally is, isn't it? Especially Everton United. We're not exactly like we're not a rivalry by any means, but it's Manx.
There's something there.
Scousers,
yeah.
At the end of the day, it's Manx unions coming down to Liverpool in the away end. You know what I mean? So, like, there's always that element, and then, like I said, with the Goodison effect, like I can't see it being a very passionate game. Yeah.
Can I go even? Can I say both? We both get the same amount. That's what I'll go with. I think we'll get.
Yeah.
You agree with that, Alex?
Yeah.
Cool. Who will have more possession tomorrow? Do you think?
Us, United.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, it's not massively.
No. I know it's not massively important. It's just I wanted to gauge where you was at, like possession-based team, or will you try hit us on the counter, or that's what I was trying to poke out of you. And this one's a bit of a funny one and a bit of a thinger. Who has worse owners, Everton or United?
I mean, I'm gonna say United, but he's gonna say Everton, so it's
But we can both, I would say, appreciate it, but we don't appreciate it. We can appreciate the fact that we both have shit owners, right?
Yeah, and there's no point trying to argue either way. No. Maybe you could, I suppose, United with the level, like with the money that's involved, the massive money that's involved at the top end at United, and then what they're like entrusted with, and they've completely just fucked it up. Like you say, 17 years. Like
there's been questionable. There's been questionable players at Everton. That's what I sort of.
Well, yeah, recruitment. That's what I mean. So
50 mil on Gylfi Sigurdsson, like.
Yeah,
what is happening
and this
there?
is what I mean. Like, so for 5 years, like, don't get me wrong, it was like I was having this chat with my brother before, and we were saying like, for the time that we had, like, it was amazing when Ancelotti was announced as manager, and you're like, what? Like, Carlo Ancelotti manages Everton. Like, it was amazing. Like, in it, and it was like, wow. And then he's signing, like, obviously signed Alan, who he's worked with at Napoli, and it went well at the start with them, and then he signed fucking James Rodriguez. Like, it just made no sense, did it? Like, seeing like James Rodriguez being managed by Carlo Ancelotti at Everton. Like, it was mad, and it was cool. It was it was pretty cool, but ultimately, it wasn't sustainable for us. Like, clearly, because no one, I don't think there's any club in the world who has just spunked away the cash that we have done. Like, no one. I don't think anyone.
No, United
run it close, obviously, but I'm saying, like, in terms of like we a club who for years like were known like not to spend a lot of money, and then suddenly in a 5 year span we spent $500 million, like, and in that 5 years, we're now further away from the top echelons of the game than where we were 5 years ago. It's mental to think you could put that money in and get worse.
You're getting a new stadium.
So now we're doing it a Pardon?
You're getting a new stadium, though. Our stadium's falling apart.
Yeah, I know, and that is why I'm on the fence in a way. But I've always more leaned towards like Mashiri out or whatever, but more sort of on the fence, only because, like you say, the stadium, like, that is what we've needed,
massive
and
part,
ultimately to get to try to grow to be like a big club, basically to try and get back to where we used to be, like in the 80s and what have you. But now in this modern era, in this Champions League, in this money era, we now need like a new stadium. Like, this is the way football's going and how you have to grow as a club and all that kind of thing. So that is amazing, and we're all like, as much as it's going to kill us to leave Goodison, because it's just like,
fortress,
it's special, man. It's amazing, but it's so old-fashioned, like in today's day and age. Like, it just, so that is a good point, like a good thing that Mashiri's done through his time. Obviously, it's not fully gone through, and in the last few weeks, there's been a lot of stories about. I mean, there was at the start of the season, wasn't there, when Peter Kenyon, he was United chief executive, and then he was at Chelsea, wasn't he? He was part of that consortium that has been linked with us. Apparently, that consortium's now still interested in coming back, but without him. And I mean, I don't fully know the ins and outs, and I don't understand business or whatever, but it seems that like Mashiri is still going ahead with the stadium, but then looking to sell off like X amount of his shares. Like, I don't know how many, but yeah, well, it's one of them. Like, we've got over it. Like, he's fucked up in these 5 years. No one can disagree that it hasn't been like an absolute failure for that 5 years that he's been in charge. But now it's like there is a sort of new beginning and like a new hope sort of thing. We've now gone from trying to buy success and bring in these big name players on big wages and a fucking amazing pedigree manager, and now we've gone like the other way, and now we're doing it with like young up and coming players. We've got a young English manager. It's just now,
like you're just saying, like, how the exact same thing with us. That's been the exact same issue on it, Sam. The recruitment, the way we've gone about it, getting big name managers. We obviously brought in Jose Mourinho, Louis van Gaal, both world class managers, bringing them in. And we've spent £1.2 billion, and the only signings that have worked out, really, Bruno Fernandes you would put up there, Zlatan Ibrahimovic you would put up there, and maybe you can argue Cristiano because of last season. But apart from that, there's a lot of signings that we have made that have been dog shit.
We've not invested in the club either. Training ground, stadium, recruitment, like scouting. None of it's been invested in. No money put behind it at all. It's just been shite.
Dividends as well. The dividends they take out 30-40 million every single year. When when they did it last season, it was a joke, an absolute joke in January when we needed players, and they took another 15 million out, but then said they was claiming there's no money to be spent and all this kind of crap.
For the money they spent last summer, they took a loan out to do that. So they didn't even spend their money; they took a loan out.
That's what they've always done, haven't they? Like, that's what the Glazers have just seemed to be about. When they bought it, they took out
leverage,
massive loans on it. Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if you saw the transfer targets. I'm not sure if you follow United that closely, Alex, but we was linked with Arnautovic and Rabiot. And then when the fans started seeing their arse, well, not seeing their arse, rightfully seeing their arse, we went and got Casemiro and Antony. So that tells you everything you need to know about the owners. I want to get onto the predicted 11s because we could sit here and talk about recruitment and owners and stuff for ages. Predicted 11s. I'll go through mine first. Sam, give me yours, and then we'll ask for Alex's. I'll go with De Gea, Dalot, Varane, hopefully. I'm not sure on Varane's injury situation. I hope he's fit because I don't want Lindelof to start. So hopefully it's Varane, Lissandro, and Luke Shaw at left back because I think Malacia has been in bad form a couple of games. Bruno, Casemiro, and Eriksen as a strong midfield, I think. And then Antony, then Martial, then Rashford. Give me yours, Sam, if you can.
Yeah, there's a couple of nice comments, Alex. I'll read them out for you. This from Dan Raj. This guy's lovely. Hats off. So that's quite nice.
That's all.
Yeah, Adam. As a United fan, always had a soft spot for Everton. If there was a club I would have supported over United, it'd been Everton. Both share a hatred of scouse football fans. So there we go. And then it's a shame Alex isn't a United fan. We could have him on all the time. So yeah, people are a fan, mate. People like you.
Well,
he's good. He's good, man.
They're not a fan of Iwobi. There was a lot of shit about Iwobi, but
yeah. But listen, that's because you don't know, and once you know, you'll know.
You know.
Anyway,
trust me, lads. Honestly, lads, you'll see.
I'll get on with May 11 before it starts again in the chat. Obviously, it's going to be De Gea because that's the way it is. Dalot because I don't want to see Wan-Bissaka in that shirt ever again. He's done. If Varane's fit, play him. If he's not fit, it's going to be Lindelof and Martinez. I could see Luke Shaw playing because he hauled Malacia off at half time, didn't he, against Ammonia because not doing enough. So I could see Luke Shaw playing. I won't surprise me if Luke Shaw played. I think he's going to give the midfield another chance. So I think it's going to be Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno. So I think he's going to give him another opportunity to play. And then, your front three of Rashford, Martial down the middle, and then Antony on the right. I think that picks itself at the minute. Any chance we could buy out Alex to United? So he wants to buy Alex to United. So there's a lot of people in the chat. Nice, a lot of love.
Never, I switched when I was 4 or 5 the other way.
All the deeds been done on it.
Come on, man.
Can't reverse that.
Can't
reverse that. Yeah. So that show's finishing it, Sam.
Yeah.
Just a thinger. Yeah, cool. Alex, who do you think will start for you tomorrow? Predicted 11, please.
I mean it's the team names itself pretty much. How we've lined up so far. It's a 4-3-3. So Pickford's obviously in goal, and then your left back you've got Mikalenko, who's he's good.
Good player.
He's a good player, and he's gonna get better, I think. It's a shame, obviously, like I said, we've got Patterson on the other side, another one who maybe you're not fully aware of him right now, but you definitely will. What a start to the season he's had. It's a shame he's now injured, so that'll probably mean Coleman is in. But like I said before, he's the captain and he's experienced, and he likes a big game as well, to be fair. And I just think putting him in, it's risky. I think putting him against them, but like I said, he's played many times. Exactly.
Right?
And he's got, like I said about the other Iwobi, the midfield generally. But then you've got Morpay as well. But basically, all these players in our team are just now all grafting for each other. So maybe Coleman might get, caught out or whatever, and then you've got one of the centre backs, or you got
who would be your centre back partnership?
Well, the centre back partnership is it's standard, mate. It's Connor Cody and James Tarkowski. It's mad. It's all, mate. We had this chat last time I was on, and we picked a combined 11, didn't we? And
did you put Mina in there?
We put Mina in, and this is what I was about to say, is that because Mina, in terms of actual ability, he is up there. With definitely some of the best one of the best in the league, but possibly in Europe. But it's just his injuries. He's so unreliable that it's probably time to go. And I think I said that last time. To be fair, he's probably got to go. But now we've brought in Connor Cody's come in on. Mate, it's mental. Have you heard about his fee? If we sign him on a permanent, have you heard about how much he's going to cost? Connor Cody, 4.5 million.
Wow,
it's less than what he is on FPL. Do you know what I mean? Like, how fucked is that? And this is what I'm
Leader
saying
as
about
well.
us. Exactly. Like, he's been, but not just Cody. Like, Cody is a great leader, and to be honest, I think he goes to the World Cup. I think Southgate loves him.
Can I push you a bit, Alex? We push for time, so I've got to push you for your 11s.
Cody and Tarkowski, what a partnership! What a partnership! Them two leaders, boom. Midfield three, like I said before, Jessica Gay, Anano, Awobe. What a midfield three, honestly. It's good. Like yous have got. You got to play Casemiro, it seems, and that's a good midfield three on paper, and it is something for us to maybe worry about. But ultimately,
you think you could potentially win that midfield battle tomorrow?
Yeah.
Which ultimately wins your games a lot of the times.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then your attack line.
So then your front three, I think Gordon probably comes back. He missed the last game, but I think he was ill or something in the week leading up.
Yeah.
So I think Gordon will be back in. I think Morpay plays, and again, I think he's just great for that. The Everton type of player is that he's just a grafter.
Bit of a shit house.
Yeah, he's one of you know, like Richarlison. Like it's like who everyone hates, but you love to have a player like that.
Yeah.
Like I think now I'm seeing why like Brighton fans like love Morpay and stuff. Like so and then it's between I think like obviously Damari Gray, who has had a decent start to the season as well, and it's between him and Dwight McNeil probably, who got his first goal the other day, and it was a decent goal as well, to be fair. But I think he's not hit the ground running. Like,
so would you personally go with Damari Gray?
I'd go with Gray and Gordon, and then Morpay up top.
Interesting. Very quick score predictions, please, if you can. Alex, I'll go to you first.
Right, yeah, I'll go 2-1. I'll go 2-1 to us, I think.
Okay.
So
Sam?
It wouldn't surprise me if that's how it went. But I'm trying to be. It's a new season, so I'm trying to be positive about Man United after last season.
New season, new me.
Yeah, last season.
Every prediction last season, Sam was like 4-0 them, 3-0 them, 2-0 them.
It was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And it was right. I was right half the time as well.
Yeah.
It was
It was like that for us as well, to be fair.
And after that Brentford watch along, you remember that, Nick? Jesus Christ, I thought this season was going to be another one.
Yeah.
But fuck it, let's go 2-0 United. Let's have it.
Okay. I'll go with 2-1. People in the comment section as well, get involved. Let us know your score predictions. Obviously, there's going to be a slight bias in there because it is a United fan channel. But yeah, let me know your score predictions and drop your predicted 11s as well. Let's see what everyone's thinking. Get some comments in. So yeah, the game tomorrow, fellas, is a 7 o'clock kickoff on a Sunday.
It's not on TV. It's not on TV either. Like it's not on any channel.
It's not. Is it not?
No. It's not on Sky. Not on Sky. Not on BT. So.
Oh shit!
What the fuck's that about? Yeah. Why would it be on?
I think you know where I'll be watching it. Anyway, we'll be live allegedly. We'll be live about 6 o'clock for our live reaction to team news. Make sure you join us for that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. We're on the road to 1,000 subs, as I said at the start of the stream, and we can only do it with your help. Smash a like on the video as well. To keep up to date on all things Manchester United, make sure you hit us up on socials. All the links are at the bottom there, or just head to the video description and check us out there. And thank you to everyone watching. Hopefully we can put on a dominant display tomorrow. And we can defeat the Toffees. Who knows? Do we have any final thoughts, lads, before we head off?
Glazers out.
Quick thoughts. Glazers out. I like it. Mansour out. Is that what you're going to say, Alex?
No, this is the beginning of Everton and people seeing what we're about, I think. Okay. And that's all I'm saying.
No, it's all right.
And people go, shit. And then go, that guy who's chatting about fucking Awobe. And then they go, oh, right, that's what he meant.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. They'll be clipped either way, whichever way it goes.
Yeah. Hey, honestly, I'm confident, especially. But Alex Awobe will not let me down. Will not let any of us down. He will never let us down.
So much confidence.
He will never let us down.
Clip this. Clip it right now. Clip it.
Right, thank you very much for coming on, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night for the game live, 6 o'clock. For reaction to team news. Make sure you tune in. Come and join me and get in the comments section. We'll see you in the next one, which is tomorrow, of course. Peace and love. Thank you very much for coming on, Alex. Thank you for coming on, Sam.
Cheers,
see you later, lads.
All the best.